Look for me in the sky. Look for my insignia. Look and make sure the evil hides. I am the darkness. I am the night. I am Zane. I already tried this once before and I just started laughing or I just screwed it up. I can't remember. Welcome to the Gump Report. You never know what you're going to get. I gotta say that who wouldn't want to be like Batman? Have your own spotlight in the sky with your own insignia. I'll have a Z on it with a little thunderbolt in the side of it or something like that. But this, you can see the title because the actual video is the title. My thoughts on Joey Styles quitting Raw May 2006. Now, why did I come up with this Gump Report? Because of what's been going on in the WWE, how they've been firing people and now fucking rehiring people. You look at Samoa Joe. I can understand if Samoa Joe was gotten rid of, he brought back to NXT. If he can't wrestle like he used to anymore, this is it. I can understand him going back because he just can't do it anymore. And he'll have to do gimmick things to compensate to stay in the business. Personally, I think he just become a commentator. He's a damn good commentator. But if he's doing what he's doing, I still think he'll transition into commentary. He will. If he can't go in the ring, not anymore, maybe a little bit once, maybe twice, that the WWE will let him, but generally speaking, he just can't anymore, he'll go straight to commentary again. You will see him on NXT as a commentator eventually. At least until Vince fires his ass again. But this is just how bad WWE is. Now, I was thinking, I remembered something about Joey Styles. I didn't remember exactly what it was. I heard someone talk about it. So I wondered. And I looked up Joey Styles in WWE, and that's when I came across the video. And when you see the video, it epitomizes. And this is, understand, Joey Styles had worked for the company for quite a while. He joined the company. He got signed with a contract. He worked with the company. He eventually did do ECW WWE brand. The ECW brand of WWE, he did commentate for that for a little while. Then he went and did the media department of it. And then he was released a while ago. I think like 4 or 5 years ago. I could be wrong about the time. But he's not working with the company now. He's not. He's with advertisement now. But he was working with WWE at the time. And he did a work shoot. He didn't lie about what he said. He basically was CM Punk before CM Punk did the pipe bomb in 2011 or 12? I can't remember when he did it. It's been a while. But essentially, everything that we thought about WWE that sucked was epitomized in Joey Styles' work shoot. Now, you can watch the video for yourself, and I do recommend, if you've not seen it, look at it. I know many of my subscribers don't want to look at nothing with WWE, but this is how you really see the WWE back then being so fucking stupid that they let someone do a work shoot for their brand and they thought it'd make the people happy. And it did, but it also exposed how stupid they are, not because they allow it to happen, but because it's happening. Look, Jim Ross has been fired more than a few times from WWE. He has. He used to commentate. They got rid of him. They brought him back. He did talent relations. And he did commentating. Then they got rid of him again. That is how he is. And I think they went back a third time, I think. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But when it comes down to it, the WWE is so fickle because of Vince. Look, you can say a lot about everyone under him. But they all became the way they are because Vince made it that way. He made the structure and everyone has worked under it and has benefited or has screwed over by it. You look at Joey Styles. Joey Styles, when he was on ECW, was the only commentator they had. And in his video, he makes it very clear, and he's right. When has the last time you heard one person call commentary on any show from the WWE, Impact Wrestling, or in AEW? You haven't. He's the only commentator in known memory that was working for 7 years on his own, and he did a damn good job at it. He wasn't one of the greatest, but he did a damn good job. And they tried to make him into the next Jim Ross, and he wouldn't have anything of it. in storyline and in real life, let's be honest, Joey Styles is a New Yorker. He has a certain attitude. If you guys don't know what a New Yorker is really like, I am not the typical New Yorker. I'm somewhat typical, but I'm not the most typical one. If I was, I'd be hanging out in the streets, drinking liquor, smoking, and being like a nut with most of the people out there. Not all, but most. Us New Yorkers are very crazy. We're either incredibly nice, savvy, stupid, angry, flairful, show-offish. There's a little difference between flairful and show-offish, because in New York, flairful means that you're willing to throw your dick out. Some people actually have done that, to walk down the street basically wearing almost nothing and say, "What the fuck you looking at?" And show-offish. They'll come down with some cars, some real nice jewelry and everything, and anybody tries to touch it, they break their teeth. It used to be worse. It's not like that much anymore. Not much. Counts on what borough you're from. The borough is key. Always remember that. When you go to New York, look for the borough. Brooklyn can be really rough. Bronx can be a little less rough, but really noisy. Manhattan is somewhat safe. Queens is just rowdy when they want to be. And Staten Island is just Staten Island. It's basically considered not there, but it's there. Now, Joey comes from that. He comes from New York like me. He's almost the same age. Actually, he's a few days older than me. He's born in the same year in the same month. But when I'm trying to get here, you never know what you're going to get on the Gump Report. But what I'm trying to describe is this. He said it clearly. The only thing Vince wants to do is make this an entertainment thing. Unlike his father, Vince Sr., who made this what it was, wrestling that had some aspects of entertainment. He made it more entertainment than wrestling. And at this moment, when you look at the product, and I am, at this time, I'm going to release this at the end of next week, I believe, around Friday, because I'm going to be putting up the McFoley, I believe, this Monday, unless I'm going to make another Gump Report after this. I'm not sure if I'm going to make another one, because there's really not that much news going on in wrestling right now. It's kind of blank, especially if you're going to look at WWE. I'm not watching it. I don't want to talk about them. This is the only time I'm going to talk about it. If I do make another video, I will put this one first, put McFoley second, and then that new one will be third. Now I'm still thinking about it. But essentially speaking, it's this, guys. Joey made it very clear. WWE doesn't want to see this as professional wrestling. He wants to see it as entertainment. He wants to be something of an entertainer more than he wants to be a promoter of a wrestling company. And that is the reason why the company sucks the way it does now. There's a big difference between the WWE being an entertainment company than a wrestling company. Because they're no longer a wrestling company. They're an entertainment company. It's like BET or like... Think about it like this, guys. The Black Entertainment Television, that was created for black people. MTV, music television, was created for everyone. Look at Discovery Channel. It was made to be able to show a variety of things. And now WWE, which originally was a wrestling company, is no longer generally a wrestling company anymore. It's an entertainment company that will do whatever it can to entertain you. Look what they did. Vince created the XXXL. Then he created WWE Studios. Then he's created the product the way it is now. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a real star made from the WWE? Rock. You can't say Cena, particularly after what he did in China. And he literally prostrated himself to try and make up for what he said, which he shouldn't have said it the way he did. He didn't need to prostrate himself, even though in Chinese culture, and this is something not many people want to hear, in Chinese culture, prostrating yourself like that is acceptable. They do accept it like that. But the rest of the world, no. It's considered a big taboo to prostrate yourself so badly to the point where you look like you're nothing but a slave. And that's what he looked like. And if he had not done that, he's still not as good as The Rock. Now, mind you, he was getting a good amount of traction as a actor. Now he's not. People are just going to look at him really stupid now. But He made a huge amount of money, so he doesn't have to work anymore unless he wants to. And if I know when it comes to John Cena, he will. But the only person other than The Rock who's been made famous in Hollywood at this moment is John Cena. And he only did it in the last, 5 or 6 or 7 years. Only because he realized he couldn't be able to go the way he does, and he needs to start making sure he diverse himself. Other than that, there's been no one who's famous from the WWE. Roman Reigns is not famous. Drew McIntyre is not famous. Alexa Bliss is not famous. The Bellas are a joke. They're reality stars. They're nothing. They mean nothing. The only one that had any power was Brock Lesnar. But Brock Lesnar isn't into entertainment. He's into MMA. And that's a little bit of a different monster there. Even though that's an entertainment thing because it's a sport, it's not the same as what Vince wants. He can't control MMA. He can't control UFC. He can't control Bellator. He can't control that. He can be able to do something when it came to Hollywood. That's why he made WWE Studios. He was able to control something when it came to sports like football because he created XXXL. He created it in a way that reflected what's out there, but he had control of it. Other than that, Vince has no true star power. None. And he has to keep going back to everyone else that had star power, like The Rock, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, to a certain extent Booker T, Mark Henry, who is now not in the company anymore, Big Show, who is now not in the company anymore. They're gone. Brock Lesnar, who is not right now in the company. Ronda Rousey, who is not in the company right now because she's still out, and I think she had a baby. Next to breaking her hand, she had a baby by now, or she's about to have one. When it comes down to it, they got no one on the company. And the only thing that's making the company profitable is being sold off to, guess what? TV networks. What Vince really wanted, he wants to diversify his product across all media. If anyone remembers when I used to do my debate of the week, I said 100% that sooner or later, everything that WWE was going to do was going to go onto the network. Now, I was wrong. The main bulk of their show is still on network television, but the majority of a lot of the older content is now on Peacock, where it's being streamed through Peacock. So I was not 100% wrong. It's just that now you want to see all the really good stuff they used to have, you got to go on Peacock now or have the network outside international waters, because the regular WWE network still exists, but it's now internationally done. And here in America, it's only in Peacock. So when it comes down to it, Vince is getting what he really wants. He wants to diversify the company in such a way that it's not really professional wrestling anymore. Look where it's being seen. It's being seen on USA. It's being seen on Fox Network. It's now being streamed on Peacock. Even though the WWE Network is not in America, it's still being streamed internationally. You give a chance to Vince. If he could, he might sell off a part of the company to make it even more diverse. That's a good possibility. He may do that. He may even try to get the XXXL up more with The Rock, because The Rock was going to do something with it. Covert stopped that, but maybe he may still try to help him to get that started. Or there's also a possibility, and this is just me, wouldn't it be crazy if Vince started his own MMA company? Do you actually think he wouldn't? He may try to sponsor another company that is doing mixed martial arts, and it would be somewhat sponsored by WWE, Worldwide Entertainment. Tell me it wouldn't happen. Tell me it couldn't happen. I'm not saying it will happen, but tell me it couldn't. Because honestly, who says he wouldn't do it? If it was a profitable, calm down. If it was profitable, he'll do it. So when you look at Joey Styles, and this is what this all stemmed off of, you can see what he said. when he was talking in that video, he said when he first got there, within the first week, they wanted to make him like Jim Ross and make it clear that this is not professional wrestling. This is sports entertainment. Sports entertainment. A company that's been around since the 1960s, that was started as a professional wrestling thing, has now been turned into a joke in many cases, where everyone is angry, and the majority of what's making the money is through corporations and through television networks. See how much they've fallen. It's the reason why I don't watch the product anymore, even though I still love Naomi. I still see snippets once in a while. Maybe I'll tune in just to see if Naomi's on, but generally, I don't watch it anymore, except for the pay-per-views now that I'm going to be doing tonight, Hell in a Cell. I might actually put up McFoley. I'm still thinking about it. And I hope you enjoyed this Gump Report. Please give me a comment below. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.